Over a decade has passed since the Na'vi, led by Jake Sully, pushed back the human invaders from their beloved Pandora. Jake, a former human who permanently transferred his consciousness into a Na'vi body, has since fully integrated into the Na'vi way of life. As chief of the Metkayina clan, he now lives with Neytiri, raising a family that embodies the spirit and struggles of Pandora itself. But peace, as we know, is always fleeting. Jake and Neytiri's family is truly unique. It includes their biological children, Metkayina and Loak, their adopted daughter Kiri, who has an extraordinary origin tied to the late Dr. Grace Augustine, and a young human boy, Spider, who is none other than the son of the fearsome Colonel Miles Quaritch. Spider was left behind on Pandora as an infant, unable to return to Earth, and has since grown up with the Na'vi. But how does he fit into the Sully family, especially with his ties to their greatest enemy? As the years pass, the remnants of the human presence on Pandora dwindle, with only a few scientists like Norm and Max remaining, striving to understand Pandora's intricate ecosystems. But just as Jake and the Na'vi believe they might have a future free from human interference, the unthinkable happens. Humans return, and this time, they're not just after Pandora's resources. Earth is dying, and they've come back to prepare Pandora for full-scale colonization. The RDA establishes Bridgehead City, a sprawling fortress on Pandora, and with it comes a new breed of soldiers known as recombinants. Na'vi avatars embedded with the memories of deceased human Marines. Leading them is a resurrected and more dangerous Colonel Quaritch, now in a Na'vi body. His mission, to find and eliminate Jake Sully, the man who once led the Na'vi to victory. Jake realizes that his old tactics won't work against this new threat. In a daring guerrilla operation, Jake and his family launch an attack on an RDA weapons train, trying to slow the humans' progress. But Quaritch, with his recombinant forces, retaliates fiercely, capturing Jake's children in a brutal skirmish. Though Jake and Neytiri manage to rescue most of their children, Spider is taken by Quaritch. The twist? Quaritch knows that Spider is his son and decides to use this connection to learn the ways of the Na'vi, turning his son into an unwitting double agent. Fearing for his family's safety, Jake makes the heart-wrenching decision to leave the Metkayina and seek refuge with the Metkayina, the ocean-dwelling clan that inhabits Pandora's eastern seaboard. These reef people live in harmony with Pandora's vast oceans, a world of wonders and dangers unlike anything Jake's family has ever known. But life among the Metkayina isn't easy. Jake's family must adapt to a new way of life, learning to breathe underwater, ride aquatic creatures, and navigate the complex social dynamics of the reef people. Loak, Jake's younger son, struggles to find his place among the Metkayina, especially when he clashes with Alean, the clan chief's son. But it's Loak's daring nature that leads him to a fateful encounter with Metkayina, a Tulkun, a massive, intelligent sea creature revered by the Metkayina as a spiritual family member. Metkayina is an outcast, much like Loak, and their bond becomes central to the unfolding conflict. Meanwhile, Kiri, Jake's adopted daughter, finds herself mysteriously connected to the ocean's spiritual realm. During a deep connection with the Metkayina's Tree of Souls, she experiences a violent seizure, causing panic among the clan. This event attracts the attention of Quaritch, who, with Spider's inside knowledge, tracks down the Sully family's new home. Quaritch, now more ruthless than ever, commandeers a whaling vessel and begins a campaign of terror against the Metkayina, slaughtering Tulkuns in a bid to draw Jake out. The Tulkuns, hunted for a precious substance that humans believe holds the key to eternal youth, are not just casualties of war. They are deeply connected to the Na'vi and their way of life. Metkayina's tragic past is revealed, shedding light on the brutality that has driven him to become an outcast, and showing the true cost of the human invasion. As tensions escalate, Loak and his siblings, along with their new friends Tsireya and Aonung, race against time to save Payakan from the whalers. But their rescue mission turns into a deadly confrontation when they are captured by Quaritch. This forces Jake, Neytiri, and the Metkayina to engage in a full-scale battle to save their children and protect their new home. The climax is a breathtaking underwater battle that sees Payakan rise as an unexpected hero, turning the tide against the human invaders. The Sully family fights for their survival in the sinking wreckage of the whaling vessel, with Jake and Quaritch facing off in a final, brutal showdown. The stakes couldn't be higher. Quaritch holds Kiri hostage, forcing Jake to make an impossible choice. But in the end, it's the bonds of family, the strength of the Na'vi spirit, and the mystical connection to Pandora itself that prevail. Jake and Neytiri, with the help of their children and new allies, managed to defeat Quaritch and his forces, but not without a devastating loss. Netayam, Jake's eldest son, is killed, leaving the family heartbroken and forever changed. As the dust settles, Jake decides it's time to move on, but the Metkayina, now considering them part of the clan, offer them a place among their people. With a heavy heart and a renewed sense of purpose, Jake vows to continue the fight against the human invaders, knowing that the future of Pandora and his family depends on it. Avatar. The Way of Water is not just a tale of survival, but a story of courage, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds that tie us to the land and sea. Get ready to dive into this epic adventure that will leave you questioning where the line between human and Na'vi truly lies.